Scene 1, Apple, take 1. Scene 1, Apple, take 2.
Well, in the wake of all of this stuff going on out here, 1%er motorcycle clubs news is exploding all over the country. You got people shooting up gas stations down south. You got drive-by shootings up north. You got people getting beat up on the West Coast, people getting beat up and shot on the East Coast. It's just on and on, like you can't stop dancing till the break of dawn. I could make a rap song to it. And, you know, I'm a pretty good rapper. But it is interesting that in the wake of all this, there are human casualties and human tolls that stories sometimes go untold. Here at Black Dragon Biker TV, we like to cover all sides to every story. So if you've got something that you want to say, we'll listen to it. I'm not going to tell your story for you, but if you're willing to come on the show and tell your story, then we're willing to listen. And we'll take all sides. If somebody makes an accusation and somebody wants to combat that accusation, you'll be on the next show, or we'll even have you guys on together, whatever the case may be. You guys all know that about me. In the ongoing stories up there in North Cackalack, is that how you say it? There seems to be some alleged beef going on between two big 1% clubs, the Pagans and the Outlaws, or so it is said. So it's been alleged. There was a recent storming of the Pagans Clubhouse, and I do say storming. I mean they blew up stuff, I guess, kicked out windows, just acted a damn fool. That's how they do it. When you get them in your business, they come in breaking windows and carrying on and loudspeakers and stuff. One guy was arrested, and allegedly that guy happens to be involved with, and we'll hear this from our guest, but allegedly that guy was involved or is involved or has some involvement with his former old lady, who is the mother of his sons, and his contention is that she has been raising his sons living at the Pagans Clubhouse, the one that got raided during the middle of what everybody alleges is some significant hostilities. So we're going to bring, his name is Jason, we're going to bring him on the show and let him tell his story. And you guys can definitely judge from there. It's good to see you on the show this morning, Chris Leach. Chris Leach called me up and jumped in my butt yesterday. I can't wait to tell you all that. Man, almost cussed me out and said he saw my dusty motorcycle in a video. My dusty ass motorcycle. We're not having that. I'm cleaning my motorcycle today. I'm not having that. Anyway, we'll be back in a minute 7 seconds right after this brief introduction. Back with you in just a moment. Hey, today's story: man claims ex-wife, actually he wasn't married to her, I found out, his ex-old lady is raising his kids in a Pagans Clubhouse during a war. Back in a minute.
Black Dragon Biker News. It's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe to get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Started in the Navy and hit the sea, revving Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for leather vest from the mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the mighty Black Sabbath. MC. We're paid his dues in the Arctic stripes, from prospect all the way up to national peace. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters, there have been many, but there's only one larger than life. Black Biker with a cowboy hat that knows kung fu and says kick Kenny. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Yourself educated by his books and you learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe. Subscribe and get updated biker news with MC Protocol.
Well, alrighty then. Good morning. I'm Black Dragon, and I would like to say good morning to you all. And I want to introduce, because we are the only MC Protocol and biker news station in the entire world to have our very own, and I say this with great pleasure and pride,
Doctor in the house. We got our own doctor here. A doctor, a real one. Not no fake doctor. We got a real doctor here.
What's going on?
Reverend Dr. Logic.
How y'all doing?
From God's Warriors Motorcycle Ministry, man. I want you to know, just my whole podcast has just been uplifted by your holy presence, your eminence.
Yeah, whatever. Just a man.
What's up, man? It's so good to have you.
It's good to be here, man. It's good to be here.
This is an interesting. Okay, so we want to introduce our guest here and just jump right into this. I want to say this. I know I got a lot of staunch biker club supporter folks out there. We all are, but I want our guest to be treated with respect, okay, and care and love. He's not in the biker community, as I understand it, and so it's important that we listen to his concerns and hear the man out. So it is important that we not just destroy the whole wide world's opinion of us today. All right. Okay. So now we're going to bring on this man. And okay, so let's first do it like this. Let's look over here at this story. Let me see. We're going to share. Dang, where is that button? They changed the whole thing around on me. Here we go. Share screen. There. Boom. All right, we're going to share this screen here. Motorcycle club, man is arrested after Pagans. And I always hate it when they forget the apostrophe S. Like, they have an apostrophe S in their name. Can we get it correct? Just out of respect. People's names have to be right. I always apologize when I do people's names wrong. But anyway, man arrested after Pagans Motorcycle Club raid in Lenore. Monday's raid at the Pagans Clubhouse was connected to a Newton shooting at the Outlaws Clubhouse earlier in June. The State Bureau of Investigation, is that what the SBI is? Confirmed. Something Bureau of Investigation. I'm not sure what the S is yet. This is the Outlaws Motorcycle Club, the club that was supposed to have been raided. And so they raided this was the club that was shot up by a drive-by shooting. And it was raided in 2010. We showed that video. It was horrible. A Lenore, North Carolina man was arrested on gun charges during a police raid at a Lenore motorcycle clubhouse early Monday morning. State investigators said his name is Anthony Lee Card. He was arrested at 4 a.m. when police searched the Pagans, with an apostrophe S, motorcycle club gathering spot in Lenore. The North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation worked with the Lenore Police Department, Caldwell County Sheriff's Office, and Newton Police Department on the search. Man, I sound like I can't read this morning. Card was charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Now, this is important where this father is concerned, because this man, Card, is allegedly his ex-woman's current beau, and he was arrested as a felon in possession of a firearm. He was taken into the Caldwell County Jail and is being held under $50,000 bond. Another motorcycle clubhouse in the area was raided by police early in June following a deadly shooting. Oh, did they raid them too after that shooting? I guess they did go in there. Was that a raid? The shooting happened at the Outlaws. Look at that. Outlaws. No S. There's supposed to be an S there. At the Outlaws Motorcycle Club in Newton. Police confirmed the search warrant executed in Lenore on Monday was connected to the shooting at the Outlaws Clubhouse. Okay. So that's what this is all about. And I believe, we have a picture of that man that was arrested. SBI, must be the State Bureau of Investigation, announces arrest of the man following the Lenore Pagans Clubhouse thing. And this is him. This is the guy.
He's a pagan, or he's...
Yeah, this is a...
Okay.
Well, we don't know if he's a pagan or not. He was arrested inside their clubhouse.
Okay.
So one could maybe assume he is. A man has been charged in connection with a search at the clubhouse in Lenore. 38-year-old Anthony Lee Card was arrested today, June 30th, about a week ago, by multiple agencies. He's charged with the possession of a firearm by a felon at 4 a.m. The North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, in partnership with, all these guys are partners. On the movies, they never get along, but here they're just great friends. Lenore Police Department, Caldwell County Sheriff's Office, and the Newton Police Department executed the search warrant at the Pagans Clubhouse. First thing in the morning, 4 a.m., bro. During the search of the building, a male occupant identified as Anthony Lee Card was arrested and charged. Now, in this story, there's no mention of a female. Which is why I was a little bit skeptical when I first heard it, because I figured if a female had been there, we would know it. And certainly there was no mention of any kids living there. So I was skeptical when I was first heard this, because I was like, well, they would have said it here. The search warrant was executed without incident. Card was taken into detention. Nothing about a woman. But our guest will tell us that his woman was actually there. His ex-woman. Let's not get this messed up. His ex-woman, he hasn't been with her for 5 years, so was there. And let's just get him on and hear his version of the story. But that is, the fallout continues, and that's where we are with this. So we are now going to welcome to the show Jason. I haven't used his last name. If he wants to use his last name, he can. But this is Jason, and the reason that let me do this too. So the reason that we have him on, the reason he got in touch with me is he is now, because of all of this, he wants to sue for custody and get his children out of there. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. Boom. We'll get his children out of there. So this is his GoFundMe page that he has put up, because he doesn't have the resources, and it takes considerable resources, as you might imagine, to fight to get the custody. He's got his children in his custody. He doesn't plan to let them go. These must be his two fine boys right here. My name is Jason. I'm reaching out for help as I fight for the custody of my two children, Jackson, 12, and Avery, 8. Just this past week, I discovered that their mother had them living at the Pagans Motorcycle Gangs Clubhouse. And see, that's how civilians see us, as motorcycle gangs clubhouse, during a violent biker conflict, something I was completely unaware of. The revelation has left me deeply concerned for, the safety of his children and their well-being. And I'm doing everything I can do to ensure they have a calm and a healthy place to grow up. Jackson and Avery mean the world to me. We love spending time together, playing video games, hiking, and shooting guns in the backyard. You guys must have a cool backyard where you can just shoot guns back there. They deserve stability and a safe home where they can thrive. Right now, my main focus is on providing them with the security and care they need, away from any dangerous influences. Legal support is critical for us to achieve this, and I'm filing for emergency custody this week to protect them. The cost of hiring a lawyer and navigating the legal process is overwhelming, but I know it's the right thing for my kids, and any support will go directly toward legal fees and ensuring Jackson and Avery have the safe, loving environment they deserve. Thank you for standing with us during this urgent and difficult time. And then here are pictures of the kids. And it seems like they have a good environment here. They look well cared for boys. So we're going to learn a little bit more about them. So now let's bring Jason to the channel. I just dropped that GoFundMe in the the what do you call that? The comments. So let me put the comments on the screen. And here we go, Jason. Here's your 15 minutes, my man. And welcome, Jason, to the channel.
Hey.
Hey, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on the show. You know, a lot of people will always come on with their stories, but we have very few people who will come on and show their face. You know, not as many. So you got some issues, man, and we'll give you the floor. Tell us what's going on.
I mean, I never imagined I'd be in some shit. You know, I wake up every day and this kind of feels like a movie. I discovered a year ago that she was enamored with this biker club, and it is a club. You know, I know the difference between like a biker gang and a club. There's a difference between the 1%er world and the 99 world, and I understand that. I'm not here to talk disparagingly about biker culture, just the issues that have arose from my interactions with the biker community. A year ago, I found out she was enamored with these people. They were sponsoring my children's football team that I didn't know until I went to a game, and there they were, you know, patched members at a children's event, and being announced as the sponsor of the football team. Me and some other concerned parents got involved, sent some letters, and they're not sponsoring that football team anymore. It doesn't exist. After that, things kind of died down, and we were under an understanding that, you know, she could be involved in this, you know, just don't take my children there. You know, if they're at war, don't take my children to like members' houses that could be shot up. Like, those were my only concerns, you know, like, you can't control everyone that goes around your children. You're never going to be able to dictate what she does with her life, but, you know, just having some understandings and some boundaries. And she threw all those boundaries out the window the 1st of May when she broke up with her then boyfriend that she's been with for the last 5 years, and started hanging out at this clubhouse all the time. And unbeknownst to me, she decided to move out of her house that she was living with this man because it was uncomfortable and move into the biker club. And, you know, she basically brainwashed my children into lying to me. You know, like if daddy finds out, it's going to cause an argument, blah, blah, blah. So they lied to me. I'd ask them, hey, how are things at mommy and Lee's? And they'd been like, everything's fine. And they weren't even living there. During the course of them living there, that place has been shot at. A truck of one of the members was shot at right up the road from there. Allegedly, they went into the Outlaws Clubhouse and committed a murder and injured someone. They've had other incidences you can look at within our local news. And, you know, these people are doing bad things, you know, regardless of what patch they wear. And my problem is just, I thought there was some kind of protocol that children were supposed to be very important to bikers, and they would never put a child in danger. They're supposed to be the ones showing up at sex offenders' houses and beating the shit out of sex offenders. And, you know, I just got the very different experience with these guys. Like, they willfully brought my children in there knowing that they're getting shot at, and I have a problem with that. I'm filing for emergency custody. The lawyer's drafting the papers up now. It's daunting. My name's Jason Bryant. I live in Morganton, North Carolina. I'm not scared of these people. I'll say my name, but I just don't understand why the Pagans would let these people behave in this manner with these children. And I have a problem with that. And I'm hoping that through this, maybe there's some discipline, whatever they do to straighten this out. No one should have to worry about their children being took to a Pagans or any biker's clubhouse and the place getting shot or raided. My children came to stay with me the Friday before the Monday that this place was raided. I can't imagine how you know, bad that would be to a child. Like, to be laying there asleep and 4 o'clock in the morning, the doors get busted off the place, cops rush in, everybody getting put in handcuffs. Like, it doesn't make sense for them to involve children.
Yeah. I can absolutely see your concern. Logic, Lavish, anything?
Yeah, I have a question. Did now that's one chapter of the Pagans motorcycle club. Have you reached out, or do you know of the national chapter or anything? Have you reached out to anybody above that local chapter?
They're so secrecy. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you Google and there's a number for the Pagans national chapter. Coming here, hopefully someone can see this and reach out to me. I go by North Cackalack on Facebook and on all social media. Please reach out to me. I encourage you to. I'm not someone here as an adversary to the Pagans Motorcycle Club or anything like that. I wish this stuff never would have happened. It's got me up at night. You know, it's got me buying ammo for guns. It's got me concerned with my safety and my children's safety. I tried to reach out to the president of this chapter and asked him why they would involve my children, and he just blocked me. He didn't talk to me. He's got no, like I said, I have a past history with these people. They don't like me.
Right.
I mean, I got, you know, my opinion is going to be, you know, it's going to be a little different, man. I'm going to just be honest, man.
Because
I mean, I'm different, but I'm a realist. I'm a realist with everything, man. It's so many different layers from what I just heard in such a short story. I'm just going to say that. I done ran the guy off, man. Okay, there you go.
His phone rang.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
His phone rang.
So I just want to ask, man, because I have to understand this first. I got to understand this.
Oh, go for it, brother.
Are you a biker?
No, sir, not at all.
You're not a biker.
No,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So
I've never owned a Harley. I couldn't get on a Harley and drive it to that damn stoplight up the road.
All
bro.
right. So you never been a biker. That I
You
just want
in Lavish, by the way. So
I've never been involved in any gang activity. I've never been associated to any kind of gang life. I've never even been associated to any kind of group or organization. I'm simply a dad, bro. Like, I go to work every day. I sell roofs in Charlotte, North Carolina. I sell roofing material, bro. I have no gang affiliation or anything like that. I don't live that kind of life.
Got you. So this is what I want to say. We got to break these layers. You're not a biker. Never been a biker. All bikers. Let me not even say all bikers. First, we got to kill the stereotype of what a biker is. And a biker in the gangs and stuff, because you do know bikers have doctors, lawyers, nurses.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so because when you listen and people jump on and they hear this stuff, it's, you know, you put out there the negative image of a biker. You just have a problem with
this particular group of people.
Correct.
Like,
So
and he said that in the beginning. He said that.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I came on late. So
Yeah.
Okay.
or didn't hear. But I gotta
to
break it. I gotta break it down. Go ahead.
Just to recant what I said at the beginning, just to reiterate, you know, there's a difference between a 1%er and there's a difference between a 99%er.
I think that pause, because I gotta interject. As a non-biker, I just think that the difference between this and this, based off your, you know, you being opinion based on that, should not be a conversation. I think it's just a safer statement to say, I hear about different types of bikers.
Well, check this out. Here's the thing. Like, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's a duck. If the biker's on a motorcycle, let's break it down like this. If this person is involved in gang activity and is in doing gang shit, just because they ride on a motorcycle doesn't mean they're not a gang member.
You said, say that again, just because they ride on a motorcycle.
It doesn't mean it's not a gang.
You quack like a duck. You can't blame him if he calls it a duck. If that's how he sees it, you can't blame him for that.
What's a gang member?
Someone that's going and shooting up someone.
I'm just because I don't want to put a stereotype
on
biker
he
stuff.
He is already. I don't know if he was on Lavish. Jason has already said that he didn't come to disparage any motorcycle organization.
Okay, cool. All right,
and
cool.
He was
All
not
right.
calling them.
Not at all. I have no problems. I have no
gang.
problems with the Pagan organization.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Now we can move forward. Next, you're dealing with a woman.
Yes, sir.
I have 2 boys. I got a perfect relationship with my kids. But if you put my kids up against a mother, and I get shook every night, let me not say shook. My kids, both parents, we got a great relationship, not together. I think that my kids are the most honest kids in the world. But when it comes down to their mother, they gonna lie,
sir.
right? So that's just that, you know, because I know that you say your kids say this and everything is perfect. You didn't know that. Listen, take it from me. I can sit up there and I can ask my kids anything that I want to ask them. Certain stuff, when it come down to them and their mother, oh man, they're not going to tell me the truth about it at all. They're going to protect their mother at all costs. It is not, and let me say this, it's not even that she's putting it in their heads. It's just a natural reaction.
Yeah.
Because one, the kids probably already know how the opposite parent is. My kids know, even with me, they're not going to tell me certain stuff because of their reaction. Their mother never told them not to say anything. That's just a kid. Now, you going up against some bikers in the bike club, I can't tell you how it's going to end up. I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying that, you know, you got different types of issues and situations that might be. You got the petty guys that might, hey, we gonna fuck with them. You got the guys that's probably in the club, like I ain't got nothing to do with that. So when we talk about the club, I don't know the circumstances, but you might have the club, and within that club, you have the person that might be in dealings with the woman. I just, you know, you never know.
I may not get issues from the entire club, but I may have issues from that particular person.
That particular person.
Right, and that doesn't reflect onto the club either.
Correct.
And I understand that. I understand all of that, how that works. My issue is whoever runs that club let my children stay there during a war, and that puts them in danger. That's all I'm here. That's my only issue with her. And, you know, the fact that she's unstable right now, she doesn't really have a place to live, obviously, because she's staying there. And, you know, I want her to do better. Obviously, she needs to make better decisions in her life. And, you know, until then, I gave her the opportunity. I said, instead of us going through a custody battle, sign a parental agreement, let the children stay with me for the next school year, and we'll talk about it in the future. It's not turned into that. She's telling me she's coming back to get her kids and making a bunch of like vague threats involved with this club, saying that they'll come take my children and all that garbage. Like,
well, that sounds like she got one of them big bad, one of them. And when I say big bad, he doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but he got his chest out. He's like, hey, baby, don't worry about nothing. He ain't nobody. You know, stand behind me. I got you. You can't put that on the club. Now, here's the thing with the president. Again, you know, you got different people in the club. You got the president over here. He already got his own problems. That might be a personal problem. I can't tell you how somebody operate their clubhouse. I can't tell you. I mean, because you look at, you know, some clubs, that's the only place that they can go, right? For some people, you go out of town, you need a place to stay, you stay at the clubhouse. You and your old lady get into it, you need a place to stay, you go down to your clubhouse. Now, this might be a safe haven for her at that particular time. Any other wars and beefs and all that stuff, I can't say. I see people in the comments say you shouldn't have your kids at the clubhouse, but what's the difference when the clubhouse has events for the kids? You still at the clubhouse.
There's a big difference. There's a big difference, Lavish, when the club is
being
shot raided,
up
and shooting back and forth. Come on now.
I wouldn't want my kids there either.
They couldn't be there.
That can happen on any given day.
No, it can't happen on any. Well, I guess it could happen on any given day.
Happen on any given day.
Absolutely will happen during a conflict.
I got a question. Don't they have protocol to where, like, if there is any beef, even at an open house, you're not going to have them running up on each other and shooting with civilians there, right?
I can't say that.
I don't know. I've heard that, but you know, it's you know, my whole point is I have no idea what I'm
to answer those questions, because that was one of the reasons that you first contacted me, to say, well, what is the protocol? Why would they let children at their clubhouse, stuff like that? To answer your question, there are protocols that have been in place forever, but a rule is a rule, and all rules are made to be broken. And then we see with a lot of these younger people that they're not following the protocols. There used to be a protocol that Harley Davidson dealerships were off limits, and we see more shit happening at Harley Davidson dealerships. So those are rules and protocols, and they can be broken, this, that, or the other. I wouldn't think that anyone was particularly thinking, hey, we're at war right now, let's make sure we get those kids out of here. I don't think that anyone was thinking that. and then a lot of times people will stay at the clubhouse because they don't have any place else to stay. A lot of times we have folks just come stay at the clubhouse, and if she ran into a situation like you said, she was dating the one guy and they broke up, and so she was living with him. They broke up. She's got no place to live. And
Well, here's the thing. Not to interject and cut you off, Black Dragon, because I do want to retract living in a clubhouse versus being down at a clubhouse. And realistically, I don't think no men's club is going to allow a woman to stay and live beside. I don't know that, but I'm saying that most men, you got women. You can't even be a woman member. You can't do this. You can't do this. So why would you be able to roam inside of a clubhouse, a men's clubhouse?
If she was there with her man,
she was there with him, but here's a caveat. Is she really living in the clubhouse? Is that just a ploy that you know that she's at the clubhouse and through the back door they somewhere else, and you don't? And they're just keeping you away from his residence.
My children have confirmed that they've been staying there.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to know.
Yeah, and also there's a DSS report where someone reported that she was living there, and they're investigating it, and they've ruled that to be like an unsafe place.
Oh yeah, well then that's when you got to go straight to that courthouse, and you got to get you a good lawyer. And when I say a good lawyer, man, you got to go find you one of those family law lawyers.
Hence the GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. You know what? I'm not a lawyer, and I am a father.
Somebody said Rocky stuff.
But you are a preacher.
I say that because I have.
You don't have kids, Logic?
Yeah, I got kids.
Oh, I thought you just said that you're not a father.
But I have kids.
But you have kids. Got you.
But what I'm saying, like I said, I'm not a lawyer, and I know Jason's going to find the best person to represent him. But one thing I would say is across the nation, and I dealt with custody battles many times across the nation. Whatever is the best for the children, the courts are going to see that done.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
Well, you got to look at what the court thinks is best for the children.
I've seen some horrible situations where it was so much better.
You gotta have a good lawyer, man.
Yeah, you got to have a good lawyer.
but before we give it, my heart is not knowing the whole cycle. We spoke about, me and Black Dragon spoke about this a little bit yesterday, and I actually, Jason, just to be honest, I actually asked the same thing to Black Dragon that Lavish just asked. I said, are they really staying there? Because people just say they're staying there, but they're there a lot. But if the fact is that they're actually staying there and living in a clubhouse that is deemed for the brotherhood, or like it's not a special event where they're bringing kids in, then I would think, in my little opinion, that the court would not think that deemed to be a good place for children to be.
Right. As soon as they hear motorcycle club and living, that should be a, we got to get these kids out of here, man.
To the point where she's even brought like a crock pot and a microwave there, and that's how she was cooking them meals. And I've asked the right questions, and so has DSS. Like they were definitely living there. They're going to, I'm sure she's going to deny that after this, to everyone, but I know for a fact they were there. That's my whole issue. We established boundaries. We had an agreement on these particular people, and she's went against that. And that's my only concern, man. I gave her the opportunity to not have to go through a custody battle. Hey, just let me hold the kids. I'll keep them. I don't need child support from you. I don't need nothing. Just get your life together and we'll talk about it. And she's unwilling to do what's in the best interest of the children. So I've got to do what I've do. And that's drawing attention to myself, making myself a target with some of these people, and speaking my truth. And I really appreciate the time to do that, guys.
So now here's something, Lavish, that somebody brought up. Ken Harbin brought this up, and it's very salient in this, because you said, is a woman going to live in a male clubhouse? Well, in a situation like what he just said, sounds like she's a clubhouse pet. It's interesting because Jason, when I asked Jason all these questions before I brought him, I was very hard on him, and almost to the point that I ran him off. I was very hard on him, and I was really skeptical. And he typed some words to me that were salient, that Ken Harbin hit it right here. And what is it that they call her that you told me that they called her nickname?
They call her House Mouse. That's what someone's referred to her as, and I think that's also like the rival club. Like this person, Jessica's been online, like spewing out names that she shouldn't, and on news articles that they're posting locally, and naming names to like the other local club members and talking shit, and like basically they're using her to stir the pot. I believe they use her as a tool.
So
Yeah, no, man, I would definitely have to seek some stuff, man. There's a lot of tension going on between you and her that she's keeping them kids away. If she want to live her life like that, man, hey, let me have my kids and
sir.
go be a biker, go do what you want to do, or go run up under whoever you want. But if I got a good solid foundation that I can bring my kids and I want to have my kids, let me get them. But here's the problem, and it's sad to say. You get a guy like you that's fighting for your kids, that wants your kids, and you got so much resistance and you can't get your kids and going through so many problems. Let you be the guy that don't want the kids. Then the woman is trying to force the kids on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
You're trying to force it.
Well, it's a control thing for her. I feel like she wants to feel like, she's got her shit together and she's in control of this situation, and her life's kind of out of control, man. And like, if you're watching this, Jessica, I just implore you to do what's best for the children. Like, if you've never owned your own place, you've never really had a stable job, you don't have a lot to offer these children. I do. I don't want you to keep them in a bad environment, and that's all this is about. Any back and forth between us, me calling you a biker whore and shit, that's just me mad at the situation, man. I'm just trying to do what's best for these children. Please help me.
Absolutely. And
no, I get it, man.
there's some certain
did
things.
you call her that? Don't call her that.
No.
Hey, but you can't tell a person how to feel when they're mad.
Right, exactly.
These emotions and feelings and stuff, man.
When you
Try
are
not
mad,
Try not to call her that.
when you love your children.
I know you get mad, but the kids are seeing that and they don't need
all this is away from her. Like, we're texting, and like something we've done. Even when my children came here, I want to shout out to the Pagans that they were living in, because my children have not come over here talking about drugs, talking about sex, talking about anything inappropriate in front of them. And I want to openly say that, like, I'm not sitting here saying that they went over there and were mistreated by these people. That's not the case. I just feel like
you just don't like the environment. You just don't like the environment.
Yeah. And that's even outside of all the gang activity, which we'll debate if it's gang activity. Even outside of that, it's not the culture I would want my children brought up in, because I've seen what that kind of life leads to for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually, if you keep on down that path, it's prison. It's some kind of static with law enforcement. It's getting shot at. Like, it's not a life I want my young son to emulate in any way.
You know what? If my son, if I had my ex and my ex was staying in that lavish house with my kids, and lavish in his lavish ways, got somebody came over there and shot up his house, I'd be saying the same thing. And lavish is not a club. It's just the fact I wouldn't want my kids over lavish house.
No, so that's safety. I'm worried about my kids. One of them strays could hit my kid.
Yeah. Somebody's altered state say, why does he blame the club? Because I'm looking at this woman with my kids, into me, in an unsafe environment. I don't care if it's that clubhouse. I don't care if it was a bad school. I don't care if it was anywhere. He doesn't need to actually blame the club. It was her decision to go over there and stay in the club. Now I can say, why are y'all?
But you got to understand, a father who doesn't know about motorcycle clubs, and he's asking motorcycle club protocol. Is there not a protocol that would protect my children? Everything I ever hear about you guys, you're always talking about what you do for children, and nobody appreciates us when we're doing the right thing. And he reached out to say, what is there a protocol for this? Is there a protocol for me not having for my kids being over there during a war? Whether or not there's a war could be debatable, but that's all over the damn news, that there's a war going back and forth. There was a shootout. The police blew up the doors to get into the place and all this kind of stuff. And my children were living over there. The only reason that they weren't over there this weekend is because I had them with me. But had they been there, he said his woman was there and his children would have been there, and they kicked in the doors, blew them off the hinges, or whatever the case may be. And he can only imagine that how horrible that would have been as an experience for his children. And at the same time, why would the club allow his children to be there if they knew they had conflict going on? That was his question, and interesting. Hardwire 1% says, why does the club feel like they need to protect her and the kids from you? Or maybe they do. That's my question. Sounds like there is more to the story. If not, I agree that the kids shouldn't be there, is what Hardwire 1% said. I got to meet Hardwire this last weekend.
I'd like to interject in that.
Yeah.
She willfully just gave me the children that Friday. You know what I'm saying? If the children had been taken there to be took safety away from me, like, this is someone I broke up with 5 years ago. And yes, there was turmoil when we broke up. And yes, there was issues when we broke up. She was cheating on me. So obviously we had problems then, but no, it's never been about protecting her or my children from me. I don't have that kind of issue with her. The issue was when she gave the children back to me and I found out they had been living there. The children weren't took there for her protection. They were took there through her misjudgment, in my opinion.
Now we want to make sure to
you have
hold on. Soundproof 1%er. He first of all, thanks for the donation. If he's not blaming the club, why is he saying on his GoFundMe that this is a gang that is making the public look at the MC as if they are a gang? Go ahead, answer that if you want.
Gang activity. When I grew up in West Charlotte, and when I was a child, the local Bloods and Crips would always give out turkey dinners and help the neighborhood. It's the same thing. Like, just because they're doing good things and they claim to be a motorcycle club, they're engaging in gang activity. They're shooting at each other. Like, when you put that patch on your back, you're accepting that. You're accepting that. It's like a tongue-in-cheek thing to where you say that these motorcycle clubs aren't a gang, but they're acting just the same way a gang would act.
I don't know how a gang act, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm a biker and I wear colors on my back, but I don't know how a gang acts.
Well, they're beefing over territory.
I can beef over territory with my neighbors.
You know something, right? Lavish? What you need to see here, and it's plain to see, and what you need to take away from this is how the public views this. This man's not in a motorcycle club. This man has no responsibility to determine the difference between a gang and a not a gang and a this and a that. He sees the newspapers. He sees the shootouts. He sees this activity, and this is normally activity that has been associated with gangs forever. So, and he sees the raids on television, and he hears the sheriff talking about gang this, gang that, and you guys, it's game on. You shouldn't have come to Florida with that. He sees that. This is what they see. What you're seeing is the unadulterated look in the mirror as to how the public sees motorcycle clubs.
Well, and also, like, not all of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know the difference between, like, the Guardians of Children, which are in Gastonia, North Carolina. They ride and they help children. If there's a sex offender situation, they're showing up and helping those children. That's different than what I'm dealing with here. Like, these people, if they weren't beefing over territory and, like, shooting at each other and all that craziness, I'd have nothing to say. Like, it wouldn't matter that they were at the clubhouse. Like, I didn't shoot at the clubhouse. I didn't create the situation. So I don't know, Lavish. I guess my point is I don't know what other interpretation of these people I'm expected to have.
When Lavish breaks like that, somebody's called him from the tow people, probably for him to go pick up a car, but he'll be right back.
Yeah, no, I heard a little bit, man. I mean, I ain't trying to be just biased, man, because I mean, my background just. Certain words and things that said, I listen to everything that's said. So when I hear, gangs and this, and, I'm listening to Black Dragon saying the innocence of the public and how they perceive us. And in the way that I look at things is totally different, because I can walk down the street with 5 relatives. We ain't in no organization. We just relatives. But if somebody attack us and we clobber them, did we behave in gang activity or did we protect ourselves?
No, you're defending yourself, but
nobody's seen the whole situation occur,
right.
But they just seen us jumping on them. Does that mean that me and my relatives are behaving in a gang-like manner, or is it means that, hey, we just was walking down the street talking about the sport, something happened. They only seen a piece of it. So my conversation be based off stereotypes. And when I say stereotypes, I'm a younger black male who's been stereotyped in various different situations for different things. So when I hear someone say gang-like activity, these gangs, I'm going to listen to it totally different than Black Dragon. Because Black Dragon don't have the background that I have.
I've got the background you have. I've been a young black man that's been absolutely, not only have I been stereotyped, but I've actually been thrown down on the ground and beaten by cops, this, that, and the other. So I've absolutely had that experience. But Papa Penguin points out the MC has been, this particular MC has been in the news 4 times just in 2025 alone for some pretty violent stuff. So let's not pretend like that doesn't happen. And a lot of times we bikers be acting like, what could they possibly be talking about? And this shit is on the news every single solitary day. We cover it right here. So I'm not surprised that.
Hold on. I would like to respond to the comment on the screen. Like,
Which
okay,
one?
so the Legion, all these other organizations don't have any issues of like people shooting at each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you take it to that level and people are shooting it at each other over that patch, it's the same as the Bloods and the Crips shooting at each other over a color. And I hate that, like, we say, I feel like saying it's a motorcycle club is like being tongue in cheek about it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, what they represent and what they do, they know everyone calls those groups gangs. Like the majority of people call it a gang. So when you join that and you put that on, you're accepting that. You're putting that code on, you're wearing it.
I think the conversation to be less, because it goes back to that sheriff making that statement that we just covered the other day. I think a safer space for this type of conversation should be my ex-girl has my kids around some people which happen to be bikers, and I don't feel like they're in a safe environment, and I like to get my children back.
I'm saying right now, if it was my kids, I wouldn't care what anybody else think about me and how I say it. I want my kids safe. So if I got to call somebody else all kinds of names, that's what I'm going to do.
And that's where I'm at right now. Like someone asked where my children, someone asked where the children are now. The children are at my home. They're living with me. My daughter's helped me. She's keeping them sometimes during the day. I've filed for emergency custody. They're leaving my house over.
No, and I get everything that you're saying. I'm just saying logic that the focus should be on I should be getting my kids because my kids are in an unsafe environment. But versus
for this
focusing
reason.
so much on the motorcycle club.
If he said it like if he said it like you just said it, my children around some guys that just happen to be bikers and I don't want them in that environment. That makes bikers look bad. He's not saying I don't want my children around bikers.
No.
I don't want my children around this situation where folks are shooting back and forth at each other. They've been labeled as gangs. They've been
I didn't label them.
No, the police departments and news agencies have labeled them long before you got to the show.
Well, hold on. And also making themselves 1%ers and putting on the diamond patch outlaws makes themselves outlaws. So they're claiming to be
just feel like the focus is being so much more on the bikers, the bike club versus I just want to get my children from this particular bike club because I feel like it's an unsafe environment.
I guess that would be warranted if it wasn't at that clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like just someone's house. It's like, they're only getting shot at because it's the Pagans clubhouse. If they had just took it to someone's house, they put the MC in the situation.
So there's so many levels here that I hear that he says that are just so typical of what you're going to hear in the news, what you're hearing from the police departments. I mean, if you folks don't want to accept it, you can see how the public views it. They put on that 1%er patch, so they're outlaws. There's so much to the 1%er patch that has nothing to do with that, but that's not what the public sees.
No.
there's so much to the 1% patch. There's so many 1%ers that I know that we're not putting on the 1% patch to signify that they are some sort of outlaw to laws. And I know so many 1%ers with jobs, this, that, and the other. But the bottom line is, what has been projected in the media since the Hollister riot on is what brings people to this idea. And the fact that this father believes that, and he has many reasons to believe that, notwithstanding that the person that is supposed to be involved with his ex was just taken out of the clubhouse and arrested as a felon in possession of a gun. I mean, it's not like the guy is like flying off the cliff blind here with nothing to justify his beliefs.
No, and I get it. I want to go back to Big Joe. I want to go back to Big Joe's comment, because he said,
what time?
Let me read it. At 10:59. Big Joe, he says Lavish isn't getting the father's point of concern. So, and I want to be transparent, because I'm not a, can't be different point of view type of person, and what I feel is right. I get the father's point of view, because he's not a biker and he has an issue going on with this club. So as Black Dragon said, this is an innocent guy that's getting a picture painted from the media. I do get that. I get that. I understand in his defense, he's not a biker, so he doesn't care about what he says. Goes back to what Logic say. If this is my kids, I don't care what nobody feel or think, blah, 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 blah. I do get that. And I do understand that completely. But then as we're sitting on the panel with a biker, my point of view is just shifting, because I'm thinking as a biker. So I get what he's saying. So don't think because I'm on here, it's like I'm not understanding what he's saying at all, or I'm not feeling. I'm just speaking from a biker's perspective as far as the stereotyping of a biker. But again, he's not a biker, so that's like me stereotyping the Hells Angels, and thinking that they don't like black guys.
You know what?
And that's
From the beginning.
I just want to say this, like, someone asked, what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to raise money to, like, fund this lawyer, basically. At the end of the day, I don't expect the Clubhouse to do anything to help me. I'm not trying to make
no, they ain't gonna help you, because they got the girl.
right. So someone commented that, like, what do I expect? I'm standing on both sides of the fence or something. No, I have nothing to do with this culture. I hit Black Dragon up just asking him, like, bro, what's the normal protocol? What can I expect?
Right.
What kind of advice can you give me? I didn't even expect him to bring me on here. He hit me up this morning and said he'd bring me on. So, like, I'm just a father trying to navigate through this at the end of the day. Like, yes, it is the fact that they are a 1%er biker club that concerns me. What concerns me more is the acts of violence around them. Outside of the acts around violence around them, I would have nothing to say. You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
Yeah, I would just be another concerned dad worried about his old lady running off with some biker. You know what I'm saying? Which, that's not what this is. I don't care what this woman does. That was 5 years ago. I've moved on from that. I'm just concerned about my kids.
How old are the kids?
My son Jackson is 12 years old. He'll be 13 in August, and Avery's 8.
So, and this is what I, for me too. And this is just these guys, because I don't know the story. I don't know everything about it besides what's being said. I would probably feel like, if we got the girl for whatever, and I'm just saying got the girl because she's being housed there. Why you don't let the kids go with they dad?
Right.
That would be like one of the, that would be like one of the whole major questions, especially if I know that this dad he wants his kids. Why you just don't send them with their dad?
Well,
Yeah,
she wants
and I gave her that opportunity. Like, the way this is going to play out, like, I'll probably end up with custody of my kids and having to file for child support, because I'm going to have to recur some of this money that I'm having to spend. Like, it's already expensive. And
no, it's expensive.
Yeah, and she's not offered me any help as far as, like, food or anything. She's just saying, well, I'm getting my shit together and I'm coming to get my kids. And I said, over my dead body, and she told me that could be arranged. So
you have the kids, like,
yes,
not just I got them for today. You have them, and you have them.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I just, man, that I know that family law because they know how pressing it is to the people. Them lawyers, them family law lawyers are very expensive.
Yes, sir.
Because they know they got your back against the wall.
Hey, just to file for emergency custody, some lawyers told me like $7,500. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, I found one that's working with me. He's going to take payments, you know. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to. Someone asked again, I'll reiterate. This isn't about me and the pagans. It's about me and this certain pagans chapter. You know what I'm saying? And like the way they view me and how they didn't like. They obviously knew that I'm a good father. They've seen me around my children, and they know I don't approve of my children being there, and they still just let my kids come there. Like they don't give a fuck how I feel. So I have to be loud, proud, speak up. Like Logic said, I gotta say, fuck those dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they could have said, hey, you know, this is gonna bring too much drama on the club. We know how your baby daddy feels. You know what I'm saying? Like it was none of that. There's no respect for my children. There's no respect for me as a father. So at the end of the day, if they don't have respect for me, why should I respect them? I have, like, to a point, like, not expressed a lot of this publicly. This is the first time I've actually spoke about it publicly anywhere. On the other side of this, I'm just worried about, you know, getting a lawyer, getting my ducks in a row. I got DSS on my back coming to my house, you know. Like, it's a bunch of fucking drama, and nobody wants to go through this. All this chick had to do was do what's in the best interest of the children. And I feel like the Clubhouse needs to motivate her to do that.
Well, I do know this, man. I'm going to say this because I know one guy recently, you know, I'm sure that is a lot of them. I know one guy recently, he couldn't afford that whole lawyer stuff. He did whatever motions and court paper. It took him a little bit of time versus a lawyer who knows the job, the ins and out. And he wasn't trying to get full custody of his kid. He just wanted to have joint custody, man. And I don't know the paperwork. I don't know the process because I never had to deal with it.
I was going to ask.
Yeah, and he went and they did it. And I don't know if he had some type of legal help, but everything is on the internet. I mean, he didn't have the money to pay for that legal stuff, for that family court stuff. And at the end, he still got the joint custody for his kids. So I don't know if that's something that you can look in.
Jason, did y'all ever do a joint custody thing in the past?
We did a parental agreement where we just wrote down some stuff on a piece of paper and signed it. And, you know, for the first 2 years that we broke up, I had the children 50-50. Then, unfortunately, I had to take a job working out of town, and she ended up with the children primary of the time. And at that point, I started paying her $400 a month in child support and still buying clothes and being present in their lives.
Right.
Is it documented?
Yeah, it's documented to a certain extent. Like, and also, like, this girl's mouth was messed up. She needed to get her teeth fixed. I gave her $4,000 to fix her mouth. I fucking bought her a car. I've done a lot of stuff for this person that, like, I feel like they should respect me as a father and respect how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But you know, everybody got that fucking bad baby mama story, and I'm just living that right now. And you just couple that with the actual motorcycle club together, it's a lot of stress, man. Like, I've got propane tanks buried in my yard. I've been buying ammunition every page.
All right, let's we ain't got to say all that, man.
Like I'm just saying, from someone on the outside, that's the kind of shit we worried about when they say that, you know, I'll get my kids back over your dead body. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we ain't got to worry about that, man.
You gonna walk on that property, the whole block gonna blow.
Yeah, we don't want to do that, man. Listen, I don't have, and I'm glad, man. Listen, while we've been on this podcast, man, my kid's mom done FaceTime me, man. I'm saying I can say that I don't have any of those problems, man. We have a great relationship. You want the kids? Come get the kids.
You better say the right thing.
Hey, that's how it was. Like for a long period of time. But while she was out hanging out with this biker club getting drunk, I had the kids every weekend, so I just enabled this to happen.
This is what you can do, man.
Hold on a second, Lavish. Have you called? I know you need the finances for the lawyer, but have you called CPA? What state you in? If I can ask. Yes,
I'm in North Carolina.
North Carolina. Have you called CPS?
They're already involved. Someone reported her to the Child Protective Services over her living there.
Right. That's what I was going to say. If it's a paper trail, CPS, you have the kids in your possession right now. It should be some type of motion, and then CPS should have some type of emergency removal of the kids to
well, see, she's not she's not cooperating. They want her to call and show her where she's living and stuff, and she refuses to cooperate with them.
And that should be even more the reason why, because you have them.
Got to take place, you know. The process.
The process takes place. I have my kids.
Yeah, it should play out in that favor. My only concern is all this could be avoided. And, you know, as far as like saying why I'm worried, that's why when she starts making those vague threats, she's leaning into the way people view these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's trying to make me fear these people, and I don't.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we're at an hour. We're over an hour now.
Yeah, I got to go to work, guys. Hey, look,
Jason,
I really
I'm
appreciate
let you know you got.
Hold on before we're done. Jason, any final thing you want to say before you get out of here?
Yeah, man. Y'all can reach me on social media, North Cackalack. I'm also on what's called the Hickerbilly Shit podcast almost every night. We review music. It's lighthearted and shit. Like, I never expected to be in this situation. And yeah, it is kind of dramatized in your mind because you're in the moment. And I'm also an overthinker. I'm always thinking about the worst case scenario. And, you know, you can reach me on social media, North Cackalack. Anybody that can step forward to help me out in any way, I appreciate it.
And
hey, hold on a second. What's the name? Hardwire has said before to contact him.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm North Cackalack on Facebook, brother. Hit me up, or you can also reach out to Black Dragon's Instagram, and he has my Instagram handle.
Yes. Okay. Appreciate it, North Cackalack. This is the GoFundMe again.
Praying for you, Jason. Praying for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. Lavish Logic, Black Dragon, I appreciate you, and I definitely understand that a lot of this I have a viewpoint that's not very educated, and I'm never denying that, guys.
Well, this is the thing, man. I want to tell you this because I don't know you. I'm only speaking to you today, and your story, man. But whatever you do, man, be safe, man.
Yes, I am. I'm being safe.
And the reason I say that, man, is because listening to you and the story, man, you can go against a group of people as a one-man show, and when a group of people don't have anything to do, they can just toy with you physically. Yeah, let's go beat them up. Let's go harass them. Let's go do this. And you don't want to put yourself in one of those situations because they could possibly, and I'm just saying people could possibly harass you, bother you, do this, do that. And then that one moment that you react, if it's not justified, now it's costing you time and it's costing you freedom and it's costing you legal fees. So you gotta, still play it smooth, man.
Yeah, guys. Hey, I just appreciate this opportunity and also appreciate y'all being very fair with me. Like,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. And you've definitely acquired an avid listener. Like, I appreciate it, guys. But y'all have a good day. Like I said, North Cackalack on social media.
Have a good day at work, man. Take care.
All right. Have a good day, Jay. All right.
Man, I hate to be in that situation. God, dog.
No. On the real, everybody would act completely different. Daryl, me, not Pastor Logic, Daryl D, I'd have got my kids and told her, you ain't getting them back.
Well, that's what he's got going on right now. He's got his kids. Yeah, he's got.
And that's the thing. And I don't know the legal thing like that. Like if I have my kids in my possession right now, and CPS is trying to reach out to you, and you're dodging them, I don't know how that stuff go. But I would feel like, hey, with the paperwork that I have, and I'm proving in there, you getting complaints and calls anyway, they should temporarily have my kids in my custody. I don't know if that just sounds good in the perfect world versus the actual real life process. I don't know it.
That process has to play out. And so right now he's got the kids. Now you got to imagine if what he says is true, her boyfriend is in jail right now. She didn't have any place to stay. So she was staying at the clubhouse. The clubhouse has been raided. Is there even a place to stay at the clubhouse now? She could be in the street for all you know.
I don't even know how the clubhouse, even if he's locked up, how is she even able to stay at the clubhouse? I don't know everybody's rules.
He got locked up like this weekend, I think, or a weekend ago. Whenever they kicked in the door of the clubhouse.
Oh, temporarily locked up. He's not sentenced. He's just being held.
Temporarily locked up.
Okay, got you.
On a gun conviction, felon with a gun thing. Now, if he's in jail And this guy already had his kids, so obviously she hasn't shown up to get the kids back. She says she's coming to get her kids back, but she hasn't shown up to get them back. So they probably haven't gone far enough in the process for DPS or whomever to say, okay, we're stepping in right now. So this is unfolding. And while this is unfolding, he wanted to reach out and say, hey, man, what is the MC protocol behind this? Let me give Black Dragon a call. You're an MC protocol person. Shouldn't the club president be doing something to? Why would they even?
That's a personal matter, man. It's still a personal matter. It's a personal matter if you ask me.
Personal matter unless they're staying in the clubhouse.
Now I don't. And again, I don't know how everybody's clubhouse is, but Black Dragon, you let a woman be in our clubhouse 20 minutes too late, and we already sitting there talking. Hey, who you here for? Who here with you? Like, what are you doing? You not listen. I done put women out the club, me, myself, as well as other members. We not having that stuff. Again, I can't speak on other people's clubs and all that stuff. If a woman is in the clubhouse, she's in the clubhouse because a man is in the clubhouse that she's with, that's a member of our club. When that man leaves out that clubhouse,
unless she's a house mouse,
we ain't got none of them.
Y'all ain't never had a house mouse.
No. We ain't anything they got to do with mouse and rats, we keep away. But I'll say unless you're a member, non-members have no reason on being in the clubhouse.
But that's your clubhouse.
That's what I said. I can't speak on any other clubhouse.
Properties be in the clubhouse, social clubs
with their sponsor.
There are some properties that
they're never unattended.
There's some properties are sponsored by the entire club,
but they're never unattended.
That's
how we know.
Who's to say she was ever unattended?
You said who's to say what?
She was ever unattended.
She living there. I know somebody. I mean, I don't know. Let's say that.
Well, I know I've seen a lot of movies, and clubhouses can be like big houses, 2-story houses, and it can be okay. Be quiet.
I only get listen. The words that Lavish T. Williams speaks is only based off of me on my motorcycle club. Let me say that, man. You want to stay there, pay some rent.
Lee Hewitt said, "Seems to me the president would say, hey, we got enough shit going on right now. We don't need you drawing negative attention to us. You got to bounce."
That's right.
Yeah. That probably may be said.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said $400 a month for multiple kids. Boy, you're lucky, son.
No, I had my cousin in New York, man. God, dog, he had one kid and he was paying $1,200
for one.
For one.
That means he's rich. That's what that means.
Rich.
They go off of your salary as a man, how much money you make. They take 20% of
it. I think it's logic. I don't know if you can speak on it or not, but I don't know if New York is just hiding the mug, but he was paying $1,200 for one kid.
Nah, not New York. I'm in Texas. When I had my kids, when I was paying child support for 2, it wasn't that much.
Yeah, he paying $1,200, and that's one.
He's rich. He's making it. Also,
I'm glad I ain't had none of that type of experience, man.
Don't say anything about stockpiling weapons online and ammo online.
Right. Yeah, I think all three of us said it at the same time. No, bro, be quiet.
No, we don't need.
We don't need to hear all that now.
No, you don't need to do that. No joke. That would open the door for cops to come in without any warrant. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to walk on that property.
He's got Claymore mines set up. In the weeds. Come on, y'all. Hey, you heard him. They were shooting in the backyard. He must have a pretty nice, big ass backyard.
He must. Bro, he's in North Carolina. They got a lot of property out there, Doc.
Go back there and just get to shooting.
He probably live rural.
I got an inbox.
I wish you'd go in the backyard around here and shoot.
Listen, I got an inbox. This is gonna answer some people. It was somebody on here that made a comment about how much he's paying the lawyer. I got inbox, and I'm gonna get this information to you on Black Dragon so you can get it to him. Somebody said that they can help him. They want to stay anonymous. They can help him. He's from the same area. and that guy and can help this guy and show him how to self-file. I think Lavish said that, and save him on fees. He can ask for a guardian at
Lightem.
At Lighter, yeah, who is a free attorney.
Yeah. Well, send that to me. I'll get that to him because he'd probably be happy to hear that. Ken Harvard said, no matter how fast I rode my motorcycle, I can never outrun child support. Hey, man, did I tell you guys before we get out of here that Chris Leach jumped on me yesterday, man?
I heard you in the show.
I made a statement he didn't like. And Chris Leach called me up, man, and jumped in my ass. What do you mean? He said something about he was 2 hours away from the clubhouse, and I was like, hey, man, I know people that prospect from 2 hours. Get on your bike and ride. That torqued him off. He called me up. Hey, man, have you been riding? I seen the video with your dusty ass Ow! He said your dusty ass motorcycle. I didn't know y'all could see the dust on it. Ow! 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 I'm fixing to go clean that motorcycle today, man. No more.
I wrote a poem about my bike, about my trip. The dirt on my bike.
You wrote a poem about that?
Yeah, I used to do hip hop, man. I write poems.
Okay. I
was sitting in the garage. I looked over and looked at the dirt. Said this bike need to be cleaned. And I said, no, don't clean the dirt on my bike. I said, oh, let me write that down. And I started writing. This ain't. I forget you, man. Forget you. At least I didn't tell Lavish to go ahead and beautify himself.
Yeah.
So
me writing a poem,
that's dirty.
It's nothing compared to you saying
we're not supposed to say. We're not supposed to say what happens in conversations, not online.
That's why I say, man, you know, some of the stuff in the backgrounds, man, between me and Black Dragon, man. God, dog.
That was preacher that, man. that was I didn't know you were capable of that.
If you're gonna dish it out, you should be able to take it. What they tell me when I first got into this lifestyle, Lavish, you need to come here with some thick skin.
You definitely gotta have tough skin, man. Hey, man, listen, let me tell you this, man. When I first came in my club, man, listen, it was maybe 3. I won't just say 3, it's probably more, but it was a guy. They two of them are deceased. One of them is still living. You had a guy in my club called Satan. You got a guy in my club, Drew. You got a guy who's still living, Horny, in my club. Listen, if you can make these new guys couldn't make it with the mouths that these guys had. You had to have tough skin, man. You had to have tough skin, and the stuff that used to come out of their mouths, man, was hilarious. Never bothered me, man, but it would offend, hurt, break a person down.
Oh yeah,
man.
You don't need. Look, even being in the OMC, being around the OMCs, after they say, okay, Logic's the pastor. Once everybody in the clubhouse got to know who Logic was, they revert back. Well, you need to have thick skin. They dog me. I dropped my bike in front of the clubhouse, and they all stood on the steps, and they like, pick it up, little nigga, pick it up. I'm like, y'all even
nobody helped you. Nobody came to help you.
I'm sure somebody came to help, but they had to get their laughs off first.
No,
nobody helped at all.
No. They stood there and told me to pick it up. Get on the other side, pick it up. I said, it's a hill. Pick it up. You should be riding that big old bike. You can't handle. Bruh, when I got it up and parked it, the biggest dude came over and put his hand on my shoulder. You all right, little man? Yeah, all right, preacher. You need to learn how to handle. I was like, y'all was going to help me? He said, no.
This is the nastiest stuff known to mankind.
That is nasty.
Coke Zero. It is nasty. But hey, it doesn't rise the blood sugar. It's just, I'd rather drink unsweet tea than Coke Zero. Hey, y'all. Let me let you get out of here. Running for district candidate, District 2 candidate Lavish Williams.
Lavish T. Williams.
Who has his thing coming up. Lavish T. Williams. There you go. Detroit Commissioner.
Right there.
Police Commissioner, District 2, man. I'm gonna let you get out of here, Lavish man. We appreciate you, young man, and here you go.
Yeah, no, man. I'm hoping. I hope everything work out with I'm hoping that old boy work out. Oh yeah. There you go, Drew Satan. Yeah, he know who I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, man. Hey, listen, that's Satan. Satan got kids in the club too now, man. But that's Satan, boy. He would have you in tears, crying, but he'll have me in tears, laughing like a mug, man, because he didn't have a filter. He didn't care what he said. He said what it was ever was on his mind. Listen, we had a pool party. This dude ended up taking all his clothes off in the middle of the clubhouse, man. With no filter. Like, man, come on, man. What's your club brother doing, man? It did got in the pool.
Naked as a jailbird.
Butt ass naked, man. I ain't lying, man.
Oh, motorcycle clubs, man. Ain't nobody got no sense in them.
But you had to have tough skin, man, back then. I remember, I won't go back to Drew. I don't want to say their names because, you know, certain people still around, but I don't want to say it because it's a funny thing. Logic, let me tell you about tough skin. When Black Dragon killed that noise. And all
Hey,
that
Chris, hang up the phone, Chris. Don't call me right now, Chris Leach. Chris, I can't.
That's his computer.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with your noise, man.
Chris Leach, man, he's calling me. I guess he wants to talk right now. Okay. Go ahead.
So we got Drew in the club, man. I remember this. It's a club meeting going on, man. It's the funniest shit ever, man. To me, and a few other guys. So one of our female members brung her stepdaughter into the club. She got a taste of the club life and everything like that. Some months go by, the female, she came to the club meeting and said, hey, can y'all stop my daughter from coming by the club? We don't want her in the club. We don't want her doing this, want her doing that, all that kind of stuff, right? Club meeting going on. They asked him why. Because she's not coming home. She's staying out all night. She's talking to all these other guys. You got Drew in the club meeting. And he's like, so are you mad she fucking, and you ain't getting none? And it was deeper, but you know, they kept asking why. You got Drew in the background. He keep throwing ad-libs because she fucking. And we in the club meeting, man, and we just sit there.
You're not helping, bro.
Man, we laugh, but it became so. Needless to say, it was a personal issue brought to the club meeting. The club say we can't control this girl from doing whatever it is she want to do. She's grown. Nobody's making her do nothing. The girl done went out. She done got somebody's colors. She's up under somebody, and if she's fucking and sucking and doing everything in the club, fuck it. You should be fucking.
And we can only have like so many of the F's, and you just.
Oh, well, hey, if you was in my club meeting, there'd be a lot of them in there, man.
You only have so many in a row there.
Okay, well.
You had like 10 string out.
Hey, but.
We was doing all right. I said, hopefully he won't do another one.
Oh, man, no, man. Yeah.
Hey, you guys, please support the channel. Lavish is, I know this one is demonetized after about the 7th bomb in a row.
I have them all on my videos. I don't get demonetized.
Oh my goodness. Oh well, maybe we didn't. But anyway, please support the show. Get a subscription. We'd appreciate it. North Cackalack, we enjoyed having you on, man. I see you in the comments, man, and it's been drinking Pepsi Zero, cutting out sugar, walking every morning, taking minerals, and I have lost over 15 pounds. So get skinny, everyone. It ain't hard. Hey, man, he's lost over 15 pounds. That's good. I have lost about almost 50 since February. In the 40, somewhere 40 some pounds, man. So yeah, this isn't spiking my blood sugar, I don't think. Yeah, I ain't drinking. I don't even like that stuff. Unsweet tea is what we'll be staying with right now. But anyway, hey, we got to get out of here. We were getting you out of here. Anything else? We was getting you out of here.
No, man, nothing else, man. We talking about trucking here. We can't say the F word, man. Yeah, it was trucking. She's trucking.
She's trucking. Keep on trucking. All right. All right, Lavish. Is that it, Lavish?
Yeah, man, that's it, man.
You ain't gonna talk about the Lavish Biker Bash?
Yeah, oh yeah, we definitely talk about that, man. The lavish. I just posted a new video up, man. The last year's Biker Bash. I just did a reel on my Instagram and Facebook page. I got to put it on Instagram. It's 3 minutes though, and it's good. It gives you kind of a cap of what goes on and how the Biker Bash was. But August 29th to the 31st, man, Detroit, Michigan, the Lavish Biker Bash 3-day weekend. Yeah, it's a fabulous event. I want everybody to come out. If you're in the Midwest, you don't even have to be in the Midwest, but if you're in the Midwest, it's a close, quick ride for you to get here, man. We got a sound competition. We got a day party. We got a meet and greet. We got a main party. We got Big Moochie coming out here to do the biker shuffle and other. Yep, that's it right there. But I can say it because I know him well enough to know, in conversations how to say his name, real smooth and everything like that. Unlike you. Yeah. But yeah, we got Big Moochie baby coming out here to do the line dance and the biker shuffle and all that kind of stuff. We got some prizes, we got some gifts, we got vendors that's coming out. That's coming. We got food trucks, and it's gonna be a great event, man. Like I say, go to check out my reel, check out my video. Type in Lavish Biker Bash, something should come up. I just posted a video to just give you just a snippet. It's only 3 minutes, and I was trying to shorten that.
187.15.
That's for a table. Which comes with 8.
Have you lost your mind?
You're gonna cut me off. How much is a ticket? You're saving money. If you got 8 people that's buying tickets at $25, if you buy a table, you actually saving money. No, I'm not out of my mind. I'm marketing and getting people to buy tables, and that's what they're doing because it comes out better. If you come as a club, why each member spend $25 when you can just buy a table, and then you have a personalized table that's set up for you, ready for you when you get there? No, I'm not out of my mind. I know exactly what I'm doing, sir.
Okay. Forgive me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, he told you.
I guess
right. So. It's just mathematics. The more you come, the better the sale is. We got discounts at Arsenal Harley Davidson. They're my sponsor. So yeah, it's a great event, man. Come on out. I want everybody to come.
We put the we put the link in the description down there. So the link is in the comment section, so you guys can go over there and get your tickets to the 3-day weekend. $187 if you want a table. $27 for the tickets. Okay. All right.
That's if you get it online, because they got the service fees, but it's better you get it online because you don't have to go tracking somebody down and meet and greet. You can just come up and then they scan your email or you give them your name, and it's just simple. We just making it easier. And I got this from Butter from the Proc. This is it's easier. I can keep track of how many people bought tickets, how many people bought tables. It just makes everything run smoother, a lot better. It helps move the line a lot quicker. So yeah.
All right. Okay. We appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel.
All right. Let's get it over to Logic.
All right, Logic.
Lavish. Look, I called him Logic. Hi, Lavish. What's up, everyone? Thank you all for joining us on today. Keep our brother Jason in your prayers. If you got any things that you can say to him, we'll get it to him. But look, if you're out there riding on 2s or on 3s, no matter where you go across this country or within your city, remember these words: ride hard, ride safe, and always ride on faith, and keep it logical.
Dang, it didn't. No, I didn't get a chance to do it with you.
Keep it logical. Peace. There you go.
All right. Hey, it's your boy Black Dragon, man. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hey, it took us forever to get out of here. This is ridiculous. It took us an hour to get out of here, but hey, we're having fun. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Please be sure to get Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, my latest book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, available on Amazon Kindle. And please get your autographed copies from blackdragonsgear.com. Hey, that's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Good luck to your SSW. Keep losing that weight. Keep getting skinny. Keep yourself together. Keep on keeping on. And yeah, Jason, you're in our prayers. Thanks for tuning in. And get skinny. Dang, I hate it when I miss that button. Oh, I did miss the button. It ain't firing. What the hell? Does this one fire?
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
Alrighty, let's see. Why is this one not firing? Huh. Let's see. Wow.
Get Black Dragon's first book.
It ain't firing for real. Friends. Wow. That is crazy. Is it even still there? Let's see. We have to go over here and look. It should be firing from right here. Let's see. That. Let's see. Prepare your. So it fires from there, but not from here. Oh, now it's illuminated. Interesting. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
If you are seeking clarity about issues stemming from problems or crises occurring within your motorcycle club, then set up a consultation with Black Dragon. Black Dragon has over 30 years of experience in the motorcycle club world, having served as a national president of the 50-year-old Black Sabbath MC Nation for nearly 10 years. Black Dragon is a veteran negotiator, skilled in crisis management, conflict resolution, inter-club issues, press conferences, and club reputation management. You can set up an appointment to speak with him by phone at clarity.fm/black-dragon. Get the clarity you deserve to help make your MC the best place it can possibly be.
Banter is definitely a big issue for you too. But I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute. What's up, Mama Roll? I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute and what our responsibilities are and what we need to think about. Because if you don't really know what's going on the set, you can find yourself in kind of a precarious